My dear student, I'm Mr. Kitwala from Educatiz. I will be with you in physics for Form 5. So, my dear student, welcome again for our discussion for the topic of wave, for the subtopic of wave motion. Today we are going to proceed with our new topic, with our new subtopic, which is called the wave motions. How does a wave trying to transmit, trying to move from one media into another medium? So before we proceed with our discussion here, we should remember where we ended on the last session. On the last session, we tried to discuss about those damped oscillation. And we say that we have only three damped oscillation. The first one is that it's called the underdamped. We have the critical damped, and also we have those overdamped oscillations. And after that, we come and look on the application of those mechanical vibration. We say that most of the engineers use the concept of this wave, of this mechanical vibration, so as to demonstrate a different property, different instruments. We have said that it's very important on designing some structure. We want to see, we want to have the structure of the things. Now we should use the concept of those mechanical vibration. We have to create some foundation. We have to use the concept of this mechanical vibration. And if also we want to create or to design some turbine, we should use this concept of this mechanical vibration, even for designing of the engines. Most of the engineers use this concept so as to demonstrate different machines. So on our today, let us see the wave motions. How does a wave propagate from one media into another medium? We have been told that when we talk about the wave motion, this is a propagation of disturbance as a continuous train in a regular and organized ways. The propagation of a continuous the propagation of disturbance as a continuous train in a regular and organized way, we say as this wave motion. We have some we have either those we have the amount of water, and we try to disturb those amount of water from the equilibrium position. So if we disturb, we should observe that those amount of water should propagate as a continuous train, either in a regular or in an organized way. Kwa kuna regular fulani ambayo itakuwa yanajaribu kupropagate, yataform cycle fulani ambayo itakuwa yanazunguka ile equilibrium position. Kwa ile process ndio tunaita the wave motion, my lovely students here. So after there, we have been told that the surface wave on the water, those surface wave on the water, on the sound, and also on the light, they travel as a wave like a disturbance. So if we have the surface of water, the surface of sound, the surface of light, and we try it to disturb, now they could move they could move or propagate in a wave like disturbance, as we have been told here, my lovely students. So the simplest types of wave motion are produced the vibration of elastic. The amount of the types of those wave motion, they are being produced due to the vibration of the elastic medium. Kwa ile zinabini produced zile aina za wave motion zinakuwa zinatokana na hizi vibration of the elastic medium. When we talk about the elastic motion, this media, these are the media that have the tendency to regain to its original position or original size. For instance, we have those air, we have this crustal solids, and also this strategic strain. These are the amount of the medium. These are the amount of the medium that could cause the presence of the types of the wave motion. the absence of the air, the absence of this crystalline solid, the absence of this straight strain, they could affect and provide a difficult way of producing these types of the wave motion. So in order those wave motion to happen, we must have this air, we must have this crystalline solid, and finally this strain strain, as we have been told, my lovely students. So after there, mechanical wave are disturbance that propagates through a medium. This mechanical wave, my dear student, is a many of the types of the wave that exist due to the presence of those medium, the elastic medium such as air, and also the sound, finally the light. So this is a many of the types of wave, the mechanical wave, because the wave is categorized into two parts. We have the mechanical wave, and also we have this electromagnetic waves. What is the mechanical waves? Mechanical waves, this is a many of them a disturbance that propagated through a medium due to the interaction of the medium particles. Kwa tunapokuwa tunazungumzia kuhusu mechanical waves, tumeambiwa kwamba these are the disturbance, that propagate through the medium. They try to propagate due to the presence of those medium such as the air, amount of water, sound waves, and also this light waves, this crystalline solid and so on, the stretching of the solid. Kwa hizi ni aina za mechanical waves ambao zinakuwa zinajaribu ile disturbance yake ina happen due to the propagation through the medium, due to the interaction of these medium particles. If we have the particles, and those particles trying to interact each other, they could form the mechanical waves. In short, we should say that this mechanical waves is the types of wave that require the material medium due to their propagation. Kwa hiyo ni aina ya wave ambayo inakuwa inahitaji material waves due to the propagation, my lovely student. For instance, we have this water waves. The water waves is an example of the material that require medium to propagate through the equilibrium position. That is what we have been told. So let us read this statement again. We have been told that they require material medium such as solid, liquid, and also gases. Kwa hiyo ili uweze kupropagate inahitaji material medium, for instance this solid, liquid, and also the gases to travel and therefore transfer energy through the medium. They have an ability to transfer energy through the medium. Kwa hiyo inakuwa na uwezo mkubwa sana wa kuweza kutransfer energy through the medium, my dear students. Example of those mechanical waves. We have several examples of those mechanical waves. The first one is this sound waves. Sound waves is a many of the material that require material medium so as to propagate through the medium. So sound waves travel through the air, water, and all the solid. Kwa hiyo inakuwa na uwezo wa kupropagate katika three states of matter, kwenye solid state, kwenye liquid state, pamoja na kwenye gaseous state, my dear students. Lakini kwenye alivyosema kwenye air, for instance kwenye air ukiita unakuwa unasikia kwamba the sound waves should be transmitted from one person into another person, na mwisho wa siku unajikuta unayemuita anakusikia kwa sababu ya zile waves ambazo zitabini created na kubini transmitted kwenda kwa mtu ambaye unamhitaji, na mwisho wa siku ataweza kukusikia vizuri. Also this water waves. Water waves, as we have said, that this sound waves sometimes can happen into the amount of water. Unaweza ukawa unaogelea alafu mwisho wa siku unaweza ukawa umezama kwenye maji ukamuita mwenzako akakusikia kwa sababu ya zile transmission of those waves. Hata usipomuita inavyotokea kwamba yani kuna zile waves ambazo zitabini created at the top, mwisho wa siku mtu ataweza kuobserve na kujua kasa kwamba kuna mtu hapa chini na kuweza kukuokoa. Kwa this is a many of the types of those of the examples of those mechanical waves. For the solid, my dear student, we see as like this house. We are inside the house. This house is made up with the material which are in solid form. If you call somebody, the sound could be transmitted from the person who are inside of the room and they also to the outside of the room. At the end, the person who are outside of the room, they could hear the sounds and they come back depending with the voice said. So another this examples is the water waves. As I told you that we have another example which is called the water waves. We have been told that the water waves are waves on the surface of water. A combination of transfers. Here, water waves. When we talk about the water waves, here we are talking about the combination of the transverse wave and also the longitudinal waves. The water waves have an ability to propagate either in perpendicular to each other or in a parallel to each other. Okay, there could be either the transverse or the longitudinal waves. So the water particles move in a circular or elliptical path. This amount of water, the particles that are found inside of the water, they have an ability to move either in a circular form or in elliptical path, as we have been told, my dear student. But they pass as they pass in this as they try to pass. Kwa hiyo inakuwa na uwezo either wa kumove katika circular form au wa kumove kwenye elliptical form, my dear student, depending with the passes of those waves. So by saying that, let us stop here, my dear student. We could come and proceed with the next part.